Hello everyone. Leading up to the Halloween season every year, it seems that's all horror fans care about. And yes, it's a very important time. We like the spooky stuff. A lot of good horror novels and books and novellas coming out around Halloween season. But I think it would be amiss of us if we didn't concentrate on all the rest of the year. And that's why in this video I have two amazing books for you that are both coming out this month. Consider it Halloween in July. You're going to love these books, and I hope you definitely check them out. And as always, I want to remind you that I have books for sale, and if you want to read any of the books you see on your screen, you can do so at the link in the description. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so the first book I want to talk about today is called Country Roads by Colin Leonard. This is a great tale. It's coming out on July 19th, and this is a great novel that's kind of a mix of a small town horror, you got folk horror, it's a little bit of a creature feature, and it's absolutely excellent. Plus it's set in the Irish countryside, so you got a lot of legend and lore coming from Ireland, which I always appreciate when I can get legend and lore from other countries, you know. I always like that kind of thing. This is about a couple who moved from the big city to a small, maybe not even a town, maybe like a small little village in the Irish countryside. They're going to live next door to his best friend, who happens to be a police officer in one town over. So they feel pretty secure and pretty confident in their decision. And like any small town, we're going to be some pretty kind of strange characters. They don't seem to be too harmful, but they're kind of mysterious and maybe a little bit creepy. But we're going to meet some of them. But then we're going to find out that enjoying the country life is fine until it's not, because there are going to be some very horrific, bloody murders that take place at night in the ditches along the roads by this tree that we'll read about in the first chapter that's supposed to have special powers. And as the bodies start piling up, they don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't know what's going on. But if the legends are true, it's something that they should definitely be terrified of. And you're going to have to find that out for yourself. This is a very effective horror book. It's got a lot of great characters. Our main protagonist, his best friend that he's moving to that village for, basically, he is a police officer, but he's kind of a dirty cop. He's corrupt. He cheats on his wife. He's into drugs and everything else, and that's not helping the situation. So while that's going on, we got these bodies and these murders taking place that nobody is taking seriously, and because of course our protagonist's friend is the only officer in that area, and he's off on a bender somewhere. So they're kind of left to fend for themselves, but all of these things are going to come together in the end. And we're going to find out exactly what these things are, if they can be stopped, and what the consequences are for living that peaceful country life. You definitely don't want to miss it. I'm excited for this one's release because I think there's going to be a lot of people that might have put this one under their radar, but I think you're going to love it. Country Roads, and you can pre-order it at the link in the description. And our second book takes us on a little bit of a different route. It's called Coming Out of the Coffin by D.A. Holmes, and this one is going to be available on July 28th. This is a humorous and yet still frightening story. It's about a young, gay vampire who wants to be normal. He doesn't agree with his old school vampire parents. He's left the homestead where he had all the comforts he could have thought of, but he just wants to be normal, even though he knows he'll never be able to do that because he's a vampire. And knowing that he's a gay vampire, he can't come out to his parents because, of course, they are old school in more ways than just the vampire ways. But he has a job. He has a third shift job, a night job, stocking shelves in a convenience store that doesn't pay much, and the owner of that store is kind of crusty and kind of curmudgeonly, you know. But he provides some of the, I love that character. He provides some good comic relief there. And his best friend is a young woman he works with that night in that store. He has a crush on his neighbor across the hall who's kind of a musclehead, but he's very socially awkward. And what I really love about this book is that it takes the tropes of vampires and twists and turns them around. Like there are some tropes that stick with the traditional vampire tale, and then some that that the author says, no, these things are not true. It kind of takes those ones away. For instance, yes, sunlight will kill a vampire. Stakes through the heart, yes. Religious imagery will cause them great discomfort, and if there's enough of it, they can die. However, they can't turn into bats. They don't live forever. And most vampires find it very repulsive about turning a human. They kill humans. They drink all their blood and the humans are dead. They're not interested in turning humans into vampires. So we got a great mix of traditional tropes and then throwing some new ones in there from this author. And that's very interesting. But of course, situations are going to happen to this young vampire, and in his quest to be normal, he's going to find out it's not that easy. He finds himself in situation after situation that he just turns things from bad to worse. And on top of all that, he has a vampire hunter who is hot on his trails, a really mean, nasty guy who kills vampires for fun, and plus he gets paid to do it, and he'll stop at nothing to get it done. But yeah, the character here, the main vampire, is really the protagonist of this book. He's very well thought out. It deals with subjects about how to come out to people, about anxiety, about being socially awkward, and how to overcome all that and just kind of be yourself and be comfortable in your own skin. It covers all that in a very humorous and dark way. And that's what I really appreciated about this book. And I think you will love it if you're looking for something new about vampires that hasn't been done before. This is definitely your book. Be sure to pick it up. You can pre-order it at the link in the description, Coming Out of the Coffin. I think you will enjoy it as much as I did. Alright, so there you go. There's 2 books coming this month. You don't have to wait till October to be scared. Pick up those 2 books and that should satisfy you until at least next month. And as always, I want to say thank you for taking some of your time and spending it here with me. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.